dahil tuwing Marso ay pinagdiriwang natin ang Women's Month, ngayong umaga ay may makasama tayong isang babae na pinatunayan ang kanyang galing at kakayahan sa larangan ng arkitektura.
Kasama natin live sa ating studio si Architect Kaydee Velasco para ibahagi ang kanyang kwento at achievements bilang isang babaeng architect. Welcome to Rise and Shine, Pilipinas!
Thank you so much, Chi and Fifi.
Alright, Ms. Kaydee, Architect, kwentuhan mo naman kami ng iyong woman career life. Kumusta ang buhay bilang isang babaeng arkitekto?
Actually, ever since I was young, sobrang aggressive na ako with what I do. So, my dad and my mom was really supportive of me, and then they really pushed me to be the best, and they wanted me to be the best na wag aasa sa ibang tao, kundi sa sarili ko lang. So, that actually gave me the strength to reach where I am now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alam mo, ewan ko kung chismis lamang ito, pero nabalitaan ko daw, bata pa lamang, may sarili na siyang opisina.
Oh, wow.
Yes
Really?
Oo, grabe, ang galing, di ba?
Ang galing na magulang niya, no? For even thinking that way. Okay.
Oo, tsaka na-instill agad sa kanya yung ganong klaseng value, and now, Architect Kaydee.
Exactly. Well, napaka-impressive po ng inyong career and achievement. Baka maaaring share mo sa amin, ano ba mga struggles na naranasan mo? I'm sure hindi naman ganun kadali itong path na pinasok nyo, no? But yun na nga, anong most memorable struggle o challenge na naranasan mo dito sa iyong karera?
Actually, nung high school ako, kami one of the first girls in Ateneo during that time in the province. So, aanim lang kami in one class. So, there's already a challenge between having a very small amount or small group of women compared to the male. So, when I started architecture, it's also the same. It's a male-dominated industry. But you need to have a good foundation.
Okay.
So, I wanted to have an experience in a top firm. So, that's why I was able to be employed in a top firm. And at the age of 23, actually at the age of, 23, I was the youngest associate architect in that big firm. So, there were a lot of potential clients already. So, I created my own firm later that year at still the age of 23.
Okay. Well, what do you think is the most rewarding part bilang isang architect? Especially for a woman dahil mostly when we say architect, madalas aside from, well, it's dominated by men. In a way, patriarchal yung approach dito eh.
You have to show them that you can.
Okay.
Yeah, so, as a woman, there are a lot of eyes on you, especially that in some cases, there are still inequality. So as a woman, and I want to share with other women as well, other women architects, you have to be strong and you have to be sure about what you really want. But of course, you have to back it up by facts. You need to have the knowledge, you need to have the skills.
The wisdom.
Yeah, so how can you actually put yourself up there if you're not backed up by those skills? So have an edge among the rest. So when I was 21, before I had the architecture license exam, I told myself, magkakaroon ako ng isa pang license. Pero hindi ko alam, nauna pa yung license na yun kaysa dun sa pagiging architect ko. It's a sustainable green license. So, ibig sabihin ng sustainable green license is you actually help on the environment. So, it's related to the field of architecture as well. So, at the age of 21, I had that license. 23, I became an architect. And then, everything was smooth because I had that edge for sustainability. And sustainability is actually not just a trend. It has to be done in the entire world right
With
now.
a purpose eh. May pangatlong license eh, ma'am. Driver's license.
Pero in line with what you said, no, architect, you are an advocate now of green development and business resiliency. Could you tell us more about this?
Okay. For green architecture, they think it's expensive, they think it's hard to do, but there are a lot of ways to actually design and build it. You need to enhance the natural ways of doing it. So natural lighting, passive cooling, use of natural and indigenous materials, those are just some of the things. Medyo technical, pero those are some of the things that can actually help us. Kasi when you plan a house, syempre, gandahan mo na, buksan mo na yung windows, papasukin mo na yung ilaw sa loob ng bahay mo. And it's not just a box that we're doing, right? We have to live there. And with commercial, it's also the same. We want to live, work, shop, dine, play in a community. So I want to strengthen housing. In the industries of real estate, there are a lot, commercial, industrial, tourism, but I really wanted to focus on housing because we have 6 million backlog of housing right now. And it's good we have the 4PH program of the current administration. So with the 4PH program, it's not just giving houses to the people. You need to create community. You need to create commercial developments where they can also be self-sustaining. So resiliency is not just about being sustainable, not just creating more houses. It's also about how you can merge and how you can be self-sustained within the environment para hindi ka nalalayo sa place that
Considering the
Ang
resources na meron yung Pilipinas, di ba? It's a matter also of taking advantage of these resources, making it more useful, sustainable, and vital sa mga taong titira dito, di ba? Well, since napag-usapan natin itong sustainable and green development, gaano ba ito ka-importante? At ano ba yung social environmental impacts sa maaaring madulot ng mga ito?
Okay, to give you a background, the World Green Building Organization and ADB is actually giving a fund for the entire world if you do green and sustainable development. In fact, there are a lot of tax incentives just to push green and sustainable developments. So 10% to 15% tax rebates on realty property tax. I think that's in Quezon City, and they're doing it in Mandaue now. I hope all the LGUs can actually do that so they can help all the businesses as well to create more green and sustainable projects.
All right. At least a message siguro dun sa mga babae na since it's Women's Month and paano ba natin mas may empower yung sarili natin bilang babae na we can do things na kung anong kaya ng lalaki ay kaya ng babae. And actually, you can do more if we're talking about women empowerment, radical feminism. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. So my message to all the women out there is for you to be strong and for you to make sure that you know what you're actually doing in life. So you cannot just be there without any backup. So make sure that everything is proper, make sure that everything is set before you actually push yourself out there.
Galing ni ma'am, no?
How inspiring.
I know, oo. Ito yung isa sa mga bagay na parang pwede mo pagmalaki, na parang you really have to be yourself and you have to move forward on all the things, on the struggles that you be doing. And lahat it comes after. Magiging maayos ka, you're gonna be a CEO of your own firm.
At may advocacy ka pa.
Oo, di ba? With the purpose.
Correct. Well, maraming salamat sa pagbisita sa amin dito sa studio at sa pagbabahagi ng iyong inspiring story as a woman achiever. Muli nakasama natin si Architect Kaydee Marie Velasco.
Thank you, Chichi and Phoebe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Architect.